you and for overcoming every obstacle. Walt Disney once said, "The way to get it started is to quit talking and begin doing." On that note,
to start the assembly, please give a warm welcome and round of applause for our head of school, Mr. John.
Thank you, Viola and Theo. A year of troubles. I'll tell you what, it's actually been a year where we've been back at school. So I know it's been a difficult year, but it's a year you need to get used to because it's going to be a normal year from now on, hopefully. A warm welcome. We've got some parents with us. Thank you, parents, for coming along. We've got, I think, 8 of you. That's great. And to our valued faculty members, and of course our grade 6 to 8 students. So this afternoon, some of you will receive Learner Profile Awards, some of you will receive Academic Awards, and 2 students will receive very special awards called the Inspired Award and also the ECOS Award. Now these are all very wonderful, and as I explained last year, does this define who you are getting an award or not? Some schools have gone away with no awards at all. Other schools still have hundreds of awards. Every school I go to, it's slightly different. The great gets no other awards. We're continuing with what we've got because we think we've got it right, but it's always good to review and look what we do for next year. Anyway, does it define what you walk out in your hands today? The answer is definitely no. And I explained one way last year. I'm going to explain another way this year. Many people, many famous people, Walt Disney was actually one of them, Theo, dropped out of school and did not do very well at school at all. I think the one person we all know about is Richard Branson. He was extremely dyslexic at school, did not do very well, and came from a very, very poor family. Didn't stop him though by becoming a billionaire, founding Virgin Atlantic Airways, Virgin Records, Virgin Mobile, and now he's flying around in space. So he didn't do well at school, but he's still a huge success. Jennifer Lawrence was the highest paid female actor in 2015 and 2016. She dropped out of school at 14. She had a dream and she wanted to follow it. School wasn't quite for her. Albert Einstein, he dropped out of school at 15. He knew he was relatively bright. He applied for university, failed. Applied again, failed. Went back to high school, did another year, finally got into university the third time around. Then, as you probably know, he became Time Magazine's Man of the Century for his work as a Nobel-winning physicist. Rihanna, we all know about her, was the biggest and best-selling digital artist in the world. She quit school at 15, and she ended up selling more than 54 million albums, 210 million tracks, as well as being hugely successful in fashion and beauty lines. Finally, hands up if you like KFC here. Yeah, about half of you. So, Colonel Harlan Sanders, yes, Colonel Sanders is a real person, believe it or not. He dropped out of school in grade 7 because his father had died and he had to cook for the family because his mother had to work. Before he went home. So let's not let these award ceremonies define who you are. If you get certificates and awards, that's fantastic, but it's not going to define all of us. Some of you will be late bloomers, and I put myself into that category as well. May not do so well at school, but once you leave school, you find a direction in life. Finally, we try really hard to make EIS a really good place to be, that you want to come to school every day and enjoy every minute. You will have a well-deserved summer break, and then next year, I just want to give you a bit of a heads up. I've been told recently by a number of teachers that we do have a pretty relaxed school here at EIS. And then I'm starting to ponder, is it a bit too relaxed? I'm not sure. So look out for some changes next year in your classes to make sure all of you can be as highly successful as you can be with your remaining years at EIS. Now that might sound a little bit cryptic, but if you're a good creative think, you might think about the hidden message in that statement. Anyway, back on the presentation. Thanks, Viola and Theo. Have a great summer.
thank you, Mr. John. And now we welcome our first performance. Please give a round of applause to Daniel and Andrew performing Nocturne by Frederick.
Inquirer, Kwok Fung Nam Win. Knowledgeable, Fayola Lugna Adityawarama. Caring, Selina Lamanshur. Balanced, Ian Lee. Principled, Min Tu Do. Communicator, Theo Fan Jean Edbrook. Thinker, Hyun Seo Kim. Risk taker, Ki Vu Dang. Open-minded, Hui An Duan. And reflective, Olivia Chen. These are the Grade 8 Learner Profile Award winners. Thank you.
On the back for living up to the IB learner profile.
We now invite Mr. Kevin, our head of PE and activities, to the stage to announce the Athlete of the Year award and also to be presented by Mr. John.
Great. Good morning, everyone. So this year we've created or added a new award, and this is to recognize our student athletes who do not just show great performance in sports, but also showcase discipline and commitment to training and improvement, as well as participating in all sports seasons. Now, we have an Athlete of the Year, which is for high school. We also have a Junior Athlete of the Year for middle school. And we have a special award as well. Our female Athlete of the Year, Junior Athlete of the Year is Kelly. And the male Junior Athlete of the Year, Aiden.
academic year 2022-2023.
Good morning, everyone. We're giving out the academic awards. The MYP awards are actually from students from grades 6 to 10, so there will be some students this morning who will get awards, but you'll see that there will be some awards that will be given out in the other assembly after lunch. Okay, so this time, rather than coming up all as a group, we'll come up one by one. Okay, so for attainment in German language and literature, Aidan Juno Koo. True. For attainment in French language acquisition, Yu Tian Tan. And for attainment in Vietnamese language, Marlene Lian Mateus. Congratulations to all of our award winners.
To make sure that the school is a better place for you all. So what we are going to recognize them today. From grade 6, we have Sammy and Rhea. From grade 7, our representatives are Montesier, Tuan, Annie, Ben, and Andrew. And from grade 8, we have Fayola, Jimin, Tina, and Theo. All right, one last round of applause for the SRC for all of their hard work and dedication.
Encompass actually the whole school. There are 2 awards. There's an Inspired Award and also an EACOS Global Citizenship Award. I'm going to announce and explain what the Global Citizenship Award is. It is for a student who has an open mind, is well informed, is aware and empathetic, is concerned and caring for others, encourages a sense of community, and is strongly committed to engagement and action to make our world a better place. This is recipient of the EACOS Global Citizenship Award, goes to Huajun Song.
Thank you, Mr. Martin and Mr. John, for presenting these awards. Congrats to everybody that received an award. We now announce the Inspired Award winner.
The Inspired Award is presented to an EIS student who has made a noticeable and positive contribution to their school, who is a good representative of their own country and culture, and with a positive attitude towards the languages, life, and cultures of others. It recognizes a student who has a track record of promoting inclusivity and bringing different people together in a sense of community, thus furthering the cause of international understanding.
The Inspired Award goes to Lara May Hell.
Good afternoon, dear parents, teachers, and students. My name is May, and I am incredibly grateful for receiving the Inspired Award this year. I found out a few days ago when Miss Erin sat me down and told me I was going to receive the award. I was shocked because I thought that this was one of my most difficult school years so far. I struggled very much and felt like I was not working to my full abilities. In no way throughout the year did I think that I would ever receive an award. While figuring out what to write for this speech, I spent hours trying to find out what it is that I did that was worthy of this award. I asked my teachers, classmates, parents, but I didn't believe anything they said. I doubted myself, and I felt like I did so much less than others, and that there was no way that I made more impact than some of you guys did this year. But what I realized after a few days is that even at your lowest, there will always be someone who appreciates your actions. To me, I felt like I did the bare minimum, meaning only the things I actually wanted to do. But it turns out that those were very appreciated in the community. Looking back, the things I did seemed insignificant because they were already an important part of my life before. The things that I was interested in. Interests are the things that you naturally focus on the most. This can mean anything from creativity to leadership. If you like music and you perform, you are making a positive impact on the community. The same goes for SRC or the sports team you're in. But also if you're just passionate about being a good person, everyone you are interacting with will appreciate your kindness. We've all had that feeling, right? We think that we're not enough. We all doubt ourselves, but we tend to not focus so much on the positives of our actions. We forget about the impact that they have on others. We are stuck in the inside perspective of ourselves. However, it is the outside perspective that everyone else sees. I know it's difficult, but once you learn to accept and understand the outside perspective, you will be able to not only be critical of yourself, but also to focus on the positive things you contribute. You will learn how your actions are appreciated and how you impact the world around you. So for next year, try to set yourself one goal. Participating in the community is always good, but the best way to do it is through something you actually like. So for next year, please take time to understand your own interests and to discover the positive contributions that they bring to your friends, family, and school community. Thank you very much.
With the lights out, it's less dangerous. Here we are now. Entertain us. Our children entertain us. Here we are now. Entertain us.
guess it makes me smile. I found it hard, it's hard to find. Oh well, whatever, never mind. Hello, 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 when the lights out, it's a dangerous. Here we are now, entertain us. I feel stupid, entertain us. Here we are now, entertain us. And a bottle, and a vinyl, on a Cheeto, my libido, a denial, 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 a denial.
Anyway, it's difficult to follow a performance like that. That was superb. I just want to first of all thank the MCs. So Fayola and Theo, thank you very much for a great job. And all the people who played, just some excellent performances. It's superb when you actually look at the development of people. And it's one of the things that Mr. John said at the very start, that kind of idea that it's not just about academics is where we're at. And one of the things that is really important is like the way you work through things. When I look at the kind of skills that Wolf is showing on the drums now, and I spoke to Mr. Lewis about it, and he goes, it's incredible to see that difference, because what you focus on is what you become. And if you focus on the right things and you make the right choices, that's where it leads to success. And I was actually thinking of using, I don't know, ChatGPT or something like that to create a speech today. Not that you've probably never heard of that stuff, and I'm sure you don't use it for any of your work, but I decided not to in the end. And I thought I'd go for like maybe a different writer, maybe not the best writer in the world, but I thought this one you might recognize, which is that choices, far more than our abilities, are what define us. Said by quite a wise old headmaster of a school. Not old like you, Mr. John. No, it's not. It's Dumbledore. And it's about our choices. We've celebrated people who have achieved well, but we actually need to think about the choices that we make. And those are the things that set us apart. It's the actions that we take that actually make a difference. And I say it's that thing of if you can focus on one thing and you do it well and you do it repeatedly, it becomes who you are. And so one of the messages, Mr. John said at the start about kind of relaxing and thinking about the summer, and the summer is a great opportunity to not only kind of have a break from school, but it's also an opportunity to set some targets for yourselves. Set some goals for yourself. Set something that you want to achieve. And May said that as well. She said about, do something that you love. Choose something that you love to do that is going to set you apart, and actually practice and be reflective on how you're doing that. So I want to thank the teachers, and actually can I ask the students just to thank your teachers who are at the back there. Thank them for this year. A round of applause for your teachers. And if you do get a chance, obviously we only have some of the teachers here. Remember, your teachers, as well as being your parents, but your teachers throughout your school career are people that you should be thanking for where you have come to so far. So with that, it is now time to finish up the assembly. Once again, thank you very much to those who performed, and it is time for period 5. Can I ask we'll let the parents leave first, so students could stay seated for a little bit. Parents and teachers can leave first, everybody else can sit.